Now, preparing for the final phases of Final Fantasy III. So, and I'm right at the top of the Silk Circus Tower, but why would it be named like that? Originally it was named something like Silk's Tower, but let's let the plot happen. Oops, it was an ambush. Actually, I don't need to do any kind of perseverance because this is a cutscene. But he goes back to fetch some of my aiders. Princess Sarah. Right from the beginning of the game. And Sid. Actually, even earlier from the game, Sid the airship builder with his nice hat. And so he didn't die, which kind of ruined the... Well, if he was meant to keep that building working, it could be understood that why he would be something that it could kill him easier. And now it's not Prince, it's King. And thanks to Warriors of Light, he is King. Well, we have two royalties, two couple of engineers, and four morons, and one of the four morons, the biggest of them all. But I just crossed over the point of no return. From this forward on, there's no chance to save anywhere except using this version of the game quick save feature. So those who originally you had to go through this whole mess of after this at one sitting, and most likely you couldn't even save anywhere except outside the tower, or maybe even outside the ancient maze. So it would have been ridiculously hard to get through this last segment of the game with multiple, many boss fights, more than just one or two, but more like a dozen. Well, not dozen, but many. And there's the Xande, guy who has been mentioned maybe 3 times during the whole game. The Tower of Owen, the guy, the Water Crystal, yeah, something like 3 different occasions he's mentioned, except now. And even now he didn't speak much. Looks just like a guy with a baggy pants, cape, and a magic wand. But because I've made myself to be quite massively over-leveled, I think he might suffer from this. Yep, some attacks. Because Xande is a powerful wizard, of course he can then make use of powerful magics if he lives long enough. Yeah, Blitzdagger, level 3. Well, let's just repeat. Ouch! Meteor! Yeah! But doing some beating up. Let's see what Holy Lance does. Well, oh, you threw me a meteor. Well, I'll throw you a flare at you. And your Kuraga. Because I don't wanna... Even if I can tank another... Oh... Using the Holy Lance to cast the... Holy doesn't do much of benefit. Yeah, one of... Kane took some damage. So let's just Quake now. And blast Kuraja instead of Kuraja. No, you can't take any one of my crew down, even it doesn't matter what spell you throw at them. Well, which is good, because Meteor is, I'd say, it might be one of the most dangerous, powerful spells in the game. But luckily this boss, he doesn't heal. So, because he feared his mortality, he decided to destroy the world by summoning darkness. Not the most long thought out plan, but even if it took him centuries to do it, it still would have... I wonder why he never did he actually consider... What? Oh, well... Oh, mortality came to you way earlier than expected. No animation or anything, just a couple of poofs. Oh yeah, and this actually makes narratively sense why it would have been that, because somebody does some kind of big powerful summoning spell, and even if you would kill it, especially if they have, if it's something that gradually grows and grows, not something that it would stop right at the peak of it or past the tipping point, what they would have made would still remain. So Xande summons darkness, it doesn't matter you kill him, what he has been summoned is already there, or has already arrived. Say hello. The final boss of the game makes her appearances. There was just one, maybe one mention of it. And that's how she looks like. A greenish female character in some sort of red flowery thing. And I can't win this fight, so I just threw some attacks. And that's her signature attack. Oop! Killed us all. Yeah, well, end of the world happens. Warriors of Light failed right at the end. Yeah, they had resurrection spells. Yay! There's one final little dungeon left. World of Darkness. which I really like this idea that, yeah. And this place is basically very short, but it looks really good. I could go to this direction and go pick a fight with Cloud of Darkness right away, but she would be overwhelmingly powerful, and it would be quite a hassle. And those who would have played this game originally would have been a real trouble. And there would be random encounters in here, and they would be very dangerous. But thanks to being resurrected, I am at my full power, so it's time to actually get forward and enjoy the use of the no encounters ability in here, because there would be some of the final treasures of the game would be in here as well, in chests filled with monsters and Xande's clones. But of course the clone is much weaker than the original one. Even though it is still quite formidable, it would be much weaker. It is still much weaker than the original one. It's actually so weak that I can just make this regular full attack stream, and it should take it down. Yeah, it went down. And these chests contain ribbons, which are very powerful protective items, because they keep you safe from all status ailments. And also had a quite hefty little stat boost as well. So this is Dark World, and Dark World has also its own crystals. And it is very prudent to assume that Dark World would also have some sort of monsters guarding those crystals. And yes, they will be boss monsters. Two-headed dragon, which is very, very, very physically dangerous boss. This is capable of perhaps the most powerful attacks of the game are in this thing. But it does have the, you could say, safety feature, or how you wanna call it. That it does not have group attack. It only hits one target at a time, so basically I could basically heal all the time and remain unaffected by its attacks quite well. Except that should be quite telling about how ludicrously powerful it is when it attacks. And I hope it doesn't hit again the same target as it hit Lulu again. Oh, but I say, even if it does, now it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. And with these bosses, because the same rule which applied to the crystals of the World of Light, that once you use that you can use them to heal yourself, applies here as well. I can freely blast out all my magics at it. I can go all out at high level magics against these bosses, or boss, you could say. Can really take the regular attacks. Damage output dropped. it went down. And this was perhaps the most powerful of all these special monsters in here. Or I'd say dangerous, because this demanded the most amount of tactics, and the fact that I'm quite vastly over leveled, as much as to say, because when I first played through this I was completed at level 58 and now I'm at level something 61. So I'm quite highly leveled. Theoretically, as there was the Warrior of Darkness, theoretically there could be a game about prequel to Final Fantasy 3, something like a 3- or something, which would tell a story about Warriors of Darkness, how they faced Wrath of Light and saved their own world. And let's prepare to face Xande's clone again, but let's cut through that, because there will be a ribbon here. And that was it! Defeated Xande's clone. Oh, I don't know how it is pronounced. Is it pronounced Xande or Xande or something? There is even been two different spellings to his name, even though in this one it was spelled with an X. But in some original fan translations it has been spelled with Z. But there would be another Crystal of Darkness in here. Yep, another monster guarding it. Say hello to flying monster with one eye and big fangy mouth, Ahriman. This would be the first time in the Final Fantasy history of Final Fantasy games that kind of monster would appear in the game. But let's just open up with the old-fashioned full-scale wail at it. Oh, it's Andros also with a meteor. Oh, too bad for you, I have antidote for that. It's called Kuraja. Come on, don't die to it. Good, didn't die to it. The speed of enemy attacks is really difficult to guess how quickly they're gonna attack. It's quite. The attacks may come faster than what you would expect, or they may come way later than you would expect. So it is kind of you never really can be certain about how quick they would come out. Yeah, I'm doing some switching around with the spells, trying to see which might do the most damage to it. That didn't do much damage, but that did a lot. And Flare, of course, the ultimate black magic. Except Meteor or Ultima, and Ultima would not appear in this game yet. I wonder, was it Final Fantasy 6 in which Ultima came to be? In this it wasn't, in 4 it wasn't. But still, I was rambling about the possibility of Final Fantasy 3 prequel. Well, it could be so that it would be a World of Darkness, which would be under peril by Flood of Light, and then there would be Warriors of Darkness who would need to fight against it, and the final boss would be Wrath of Light, that they would of course be able to stop it, but it would bind them into some other world, into the world of blockage. It would be very much like this game, but it doesn't really matter. bosses in this Final Fantasy usually just fall to the fact that find the trick that works, repeat it until the boss dies, or it makes you die. And of course, bosses usually are not that smart that they would use their best move all the time like this one would. If this would be using Meteor all the time, it would be quite much more dangerous to face. And repeat. Now it's up the meteor. It does take quite a lot of damage. Oh, that was quite a blast, but not enough, because I'm still standing. Come on, go down already. Finally it goes down. Oh nice, it's a little bit of speed up function. Now wasn't it nice knowing you, Evil Eye or whatever your name is. But the second Crystal of Darkness has been opened or released. It's really quite rare to have basically a game which would place really lots of emphasis on darkness or shadow. There's always some light is usually associated with the good, even though light can be... You could say that light can be as dangerous and powerful, or at least as dangerous and destructive, than darkness is. And this would be a little bit of confusing room to go through, but just going to the one wall, you know that hey, just go to the right of the edge and prepare to fight yet another clone of Xande, which I will fight off screen, because you already see the fight. And that went down, so trying to get forward again in here. I don't know, well, seeing that how little audience these videos have, I don't think some sort of glitch in recording was that much of a big deal. Yeah, more monsters, blah blah, I heard the story. Echidna. That's not Knuckles. Even though Knuckles the Echidna would not even exist yet. The enemies in this game usually are not that imaginatively named. But hey, it's a critter, it got crystal, so dark crystal, so, and that's Jim. I don't know, did he direct that film or was it just some sort of important maker in that film? But there's a film called Dark Crystal and it has lots of puppetry and all that kind of thing, and Jim Henson was very heavily involved in it, and it didn't succeed that well financially, but it has become later reviewed to be actually this is a goddamn good film. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything about anything personal about it, except the fact that Jim Henson means that, well, he was very competent man at his work, by his work of puppetry, as a performer and technical man. But Echidna is, you go beaten with the quite regular method of repeat heals, magics, attacks until it goes down. missed me. I'll see down at full power again, so no need to spam. Actually, there is need, because it just blasted out meteor. Yeah, as long as it does physical attacks, that's good for me, bad for it. I really do. I'm a bit of annoyed today. Oh damn! Lulu ran out of flares to blast at it. So it just shift to the. Oh yeah, and that goes also down. Nice dramatic collapse. And I do like the fact that they gave these crystals of darkness also a chance to actually refill your health, because they will give you a little bit of mercy at the end difficulty, even though when you can't save it, at least you can endlessly heal yourself. I would not call it necessary. It would make. Well, that is basically, but I would not say that it would be always Cloud of Darkness, which would be, because if light would go to, well, if powers of light grow too strong, there probably would be a Cloud of Darkness with Warriors of Darkness. It's kind of confusing, but you could say that the Cloud of Darkness is some sort of embodiment of, or creation of void, or something. That it's the antithesis of, you could say, maybe a breath of light. And here's another chest with a Xande clone, so it's time to skip through that fight. And that was it. Defeated Xande's clone, going forward in World of Darkness, which is, well, I do like this design. It's really different from the else, something that nothing even remotely similar has appeared again. So it all began from the wind crystal of light, or wind crystal. So it is appropriate that it would be the dark wind crystal that would be the final crystal handled. Wrath of Dark. Oh, it will be stopped. And that's Cerberus. It's got 3 heads. I wonder what it likes about Titan. Oh, thank you. Well, that's actually quite nice looking effect, but it didn't do so much damage because it's quite low level attack, so let's bring out Holy and see what kind of damage it does. This one seems to be quite good at tanking physical damage. Well, Flare does a quite nice chunk of damage. If that was supposed to be cause me serious damage, it was a joke, or it didn't. Because even the regular Kura is more or less completely enough to neutralize that attack. But this one seems to have a quite strong defense. My ninjas are quite higher levels than earlier ones, but it's still, they don't do that kind of very huge amount of damage. Or then again, this game may have a very big variety in damage you'd actually dish out to your foes. Oh yeah, shurikens do a lot of damage, which is good. Because of the rarity and the fact that you can only buy them from the Eureka Secret Store with a very huge price, really intends that, yep, use them in this place. And even better, even more when once the Cloud of Darkness itself has to be challenged. Reactive gameplay is not that valid method of approaching problems in this one, because there may be all kinds of problems in there. In a sense, that is very because, well, light and darkness are, well, depends how you want to see it. They need each other. They are dependent upon each other because they are defined by how they are by themselves. They are not by themselves. But now it is time to actually pick a fight against the Cloud of Darkness itself, so it's also time to make a little preparatory save and preparatory quick save and that kind of thing. And now preparing to go and pick a fight against Cloud of Darkness over this very ominous looking dark cloud, or whatever you want to call this, which does give a really good feeling about endless darkness floating above void or nothingness. And this final room even more does so. There's nothing but, well, gameplay wise there's just one straight corridor, but you can see that there's really just nothingness below us. Gameplay wise nothing can be explored. You can go sideways. Very striking look, gives a very strong idea that there's something deep in here. So, hi there. So, the Warriors of Darkness attack against Cloud of Darkness to be hurt it. Yeah, it likes bragging. But now I am facing final boss, Cloud of Darkness, in her all might. So, it of course means full blast of everything you have. No need to be any kind of sparing about resources you use. And she blasts that particle beam. And it does quite a lot of damage. And I wonder, is it really so that when I first played through this game, all she did was, it was nothing but particle beam from her over and over and over again. But I wonder, does it really happen again? That she will only use particle beam. Yep, particle beam again. Well, again, repeat. you could say it is, if this is her only attack, you could say it is very efficient because it's a really potent move she throws. That she would only use the best attack, but it is mechanically, gameplay-wise, really boring. That she just blast out particle beam and you're gonna blast out your own powerful attacks at the same time. And of course, final boss fight, well, they are slug matches. But they should not be this explicitly slug matches that it's gonna just blow out the one attack and you're gonna just blow out your same, because yeah, that was it. Slugfest, nothing really interesting. I wonder, should I make a alternate take about what it would look like if I would just go and pick a fight with her directly? Maybe I think may add a little bonus. Oh, that looked nice, the explosion animation. That text made no sense whatsoever. Yeah, coming back from the world of darkness. So, you win, now it's time to return. With a big flying super ship Invincible. Which has a big steering wheel. Yeah. Let's throw the lead fellow back to his city to be a local hoodlum again. And now King is also returns to home, Return of the King. And now I'm flying back to Nautilus. I guess there's no more need for carry the Invincible around either. Nautilus and gameplay was a bit more convenient thing to fly because you could just straight go in. Yeah, and the floating continent. It still remains, but why would they actually build it? the floating continent as well. Well, sit, and there's only one more left. Back. Oh, romance. And this is where the whole story began. Well, yeah, world is saved. But what quaked the earth? Well, I wonder what happened to the world of darkness. Was it broken, or did they manage to separate each other so they wouldn't be able, so they wouldn't attack to each other? Gameplay-wise, this is better than the first Final Fantasy and better than the second one, but plotly has quite a lot of holes into it, which means that this was most likely much more a story experiment on how to make good gameplay than combination of gameplay and story. But that was it. Final Fantasy 3 played through. Nothing really strange about it. And of course, it had the music of really good Nobuo Uematsu and art by Yoshitaka Amano. Both excellently competent men at their works. But I guess this ends the Final Fantasy 3. See you next time. Or maybe not. Well, most likely, yeah. See you next time. See ya. Well, as a finisher, I think I'm gonna do a little check that how does not fighting, or better say how does not releasing, or whatever is the word, those 4 dark crystals affects facing Cloud of Darkness. Is it just a automatic loss, or what there happens? But let's just see. Yeah, it just brags. So, yep, she seems to be as powerful as she was in the first encounter, so you really need to defeat them. Interesting little detail to find out, that there really was a change. Well, this ends the episode, the whole series, being absolutely crushed by final boss. See ya.